And welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be setting up an awesome Overworld mob spawner. That's right. So I hope you guys are ready. Hey guys, Future Chosen here. Just wanted to say, if you haven't already checked out the description below, I do have now linked a full achievement completion list. So it will show everything that I have done so far in my world and allow you guys to be able to keep track of all of the advancements. So anyways, let's get on with today's video. So today, man, we got a lot of stuff done during the live stream. If you did miss that, of course, you can find that over at twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect, or you can go to my secondary channel, which is youtube.com/ChosenLive, where I do post my VODs. But we got a lot of stuff done. We ended up finding the fortress. I know. And it was horrifying. It was a, I mean, I think I left with my heart rate 10 times higher than it normally is. Let's just say my heart was beating out of my chest. It was incredibly scary as we had to trek through deltas. And I am not a big fan, especially in this, with giant slimes coming at you that could almost one-shot you, depending on how large they are. So we got that done. However, I have not gone into the fortress. I wanted to save that for you guys. And before we even do that, today I want to build something that is going to hopefully help us in our future endeavors up until we get into the end. Because once we get to the end, we can build ourselves a nice little super fast experience farm. Right here, though, we need to kind of just focus on what experience we can get. And also we might want to grab some mob drops. It wouldn't be bad to have those mob drops as well. So to do this, I'm going to build a mob farm today. So right now I'm collecting wood because we are going to need loads of wood. That is going to basically help us make a bunch of trapdoors. But yes, we are going to be making an overworld mob farm today. And I already kind of have a place set out. I've just been clearing this to get some wood. But I kind of already have a place in mind of where I want to build this thing. I want to build it above our base here. It's going to be way up in the sky, though. But we are going to have a little trail. I also, by the way, built these here in the live stream. Basically tunnels that allow us to get up to our base quicker so we don't have to use this ladder. So much faster. Look at that. So much faster. We also found an abandoned mine shaft, but we didn't have any luck. I think we ended up harvesting like, I don't know, 3 or 4 mine carts, and there were nothing in them. Like nothing but rails. Just these rails. No joke. But right here, this is where I want to put this thing. I want this to be where we put everything. Let me hop in here. I don't know if we have any torches, but we do have lanterns. That's what I kind of want, was lanterns anyways. This is going to lead us. This is basically going to be a chute that's going to take me up. This is going to be the chute that I drop down from. This was going to be worked on a little later on. This is going to be the one that we have to work on right now and get set up. This is how we're going to take, we're basically going to use this to tunnel all the way up. We're going to use water at first. Very simple, just regular water. And later on, we're going to turn it into a jet tunnel like this, which is going to take a bit of time, but we will be able to get it done later on. Which means I probably need to harvest this block and make sure the water flows just like it's supposed to. Now, what I'm going to use to get up there is probably going to be leaves. I find that leaves are some really easy blocks to come by. And once we get our area set up top, we should be pretty good. I'm also going to need a load of torches. So a whole bunch of torches. That's just going to protect us. I'm going to need to take the wood with me so we can make our own crafting table once we get up there. Sort of conserving space. I'm all about conserving the inventory space because we're going to need a lot of cobblestone. And so the more stuff we have, the least stuff we have in our inventory, the more space we're going to have for all of our cobblestone. So let me go ahead and get all this stuff situated. I'm going to grab all the stuff I need. I still need to go shear some leaves. We have a little bit of leaves, but we're going to need roughly 128 leaves in order to get where I want to go. So about 2 stacks should do you well. Actually, we probably won't even need that many, to be honest. I am going to also take some of this, and then we're going to be probably going up and down to figure out all the other stuff that we're going to need. But over time, water bucket is pretty much, I mean, we probably want to make a second water bucket just to have those 2 bits of water so we can make an infinite water source. But other than that, we should be just about ready to build this bad boy. Almost forgot to mention, we have our beautiful cat that we ended up taming that came from our village. And I was going to let you guys name it. So if you guys have a name, just let me know down in the comment section below what we should name our beautiful cat over here. Yes, I already have a plan for a name for a dog, but for our cat, I couldn't come up with a name. So I'm going to leave it to you guys for that. So at this point, I need to take this roughly 128 blocks above. So pretty much 2 stacks of leaves. And I do have my water bucket with me, and I have the 2 stacks. So once I kind of empty out the 2 stacks that I have, I'll know that I'm at the proper height. Now, keep in mind, this can get kind of dangerous. Of course, the higher you go up, be careful not to move. But yeah, once we get up here, I'm going to sort of build a ring, place our water, and get our base structure sort of built out. So here we go. This is going to be our base like structure and how this is going to work. I actually want to give myself a little bit of workspace. And this is going to be the pad for which I can do that. And it's okay that it's going to be a 2x2 sort of shape, like an even shape, because the mob farm itself is actually an even shape. So, which is going to work out a lot. I kind of want to leave room in here so that way we can build on and eventually add ourselves some more cool stuff. Like, I don't know, putting an enchantment table or something up here, something that's going to make it a little easier for us to farm back and forth. But take a look. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I might want to go 8 over. This part right here is not like fundamental to the actual structure, but it is going to sort of help me figure out where I want to place this thing. All right, so right here, I think is going to be where I want to wrap everything around. So this is going to be the actual spawning area, this right here. So if we know that, we can sort of build a little bit of a platform around it. That's going to be big enough for us to, of course, farm from. So now that we know this is going to be the platform, here's what I like to do. I like to go ahead and put down my chest where I would normally place my chests. The only thing we're missing, I think, is the pieces of carpet that I'm going to need, but I'll explain that here in a minute. We place our hoppers down like this. This is actually where the mobs are going to fall, and we're going to kill them on. Now, to put this in even more perspective, there are going to be a block. Basically, this is going to be the block that they're killed on. So if we take a look at this, this is going to be the level for which we start our progression upward. And this is, I think, the most important part of this farm is knowing how tall to build this thing. So if we start here, which honestly, this is going to be an empty block technically, but this is our starting position. We take a look and we're going to build it just like this around. And this is going to be 1. And we need to go 22 blocks up in the air. So no matter what block we use, every time we go up, this is 1, this will be 2, and so on and so forth. We need to make it up to 22. That's probably the hardest part about this whole farm, is figuring that number out. But once you get that figured out, things are going to be a lot easier. So this block up is 22, at least it is for me. And as you can see, I am 22 blocks up in the air. I'm even higher than I was before. If you're nervous, I don't blame you. It is pretty nerve-wracking. But from this point, I'm probably going to move away. I don't know. I think I'm going to move away from the stone for right now. And I'm going to go to cobblestone. And we need to look at this from this point. We need to start building off. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we need to build 8 blocks or 7 blocks of cobblestone, but it's going to be 8 blocks, including this one. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need to do this to all the sides. And once we get there, we'll move on to the next step. Perfect. Once you get all of the areas nice and built up, I'm going to place a corner block over here. And this is where I'm just going to switch over to the stone, because this actually needs to be outlined, which hopefully I have enough of the stone for that. If not, I can always go back down and grab some more. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and surround this whole thing. And this is actually going to be 2 layers. It actually needs to be another layer tall. So keep that in mind as you're building this. I tend to like to leave these corners open just so I can walk as you're trying to build this thing. Because any way you can make this easier on yourself to build, the better off you're going to be. Because, man, this thing is just so time consuming. This right here is what I was talking about when I said we needed to go up an extra layer. But this is where things are going to get a little bit more fun. And everything else from here is going to be basically a repeat of this. We're going to basically copy this same setup and go from there. However, There's going to be some trapdoors and water that needs to be placed, which is what we're going to do during this section. So let's go ahead and build this out. Now, basically, I recommend just carrying this all the way until you make like a perfect square, which is just like this. And we're going to continue this all the way around. And then I just need to fill in the middle section with some cobblestone, and then we'll talk a little bit about how we need to place some slabs to prevent spiders from spawning. So at this point, things are going to get a little bit more interesting. This is where the main mechanics are going to start to take place, and we can go ahead and make ourselves a crafting table so we can get things going up here. Now, what I want to do is make a couple of slabs. Let's see. So that way we can get an infinite water source going. Very simple to set one of these up. Bam and bam. 2 buckets of water. Now we have infinite water source. What I need to do is I need to place water in all 4 corners here. And what I can also do is go ahead and start crafting up all of my trap doors that are going to be needed. So the trap doors need to go on the top section here, just like this. And this really confuses mobs. And when they're open like this, that you can walk over them, right? So zombies and all the other mobs think they can also walk over them, even though when they're set like this, when they're actually open. So this basically, they'll wander around and they'll eventually fall down and they'll get stuck inside the chute. Now, here's where I probably also want to place down some torches. And I like to keep these trapdoors open for later on. But yeah, if the sun goes down, we're going to start to have some problems. But yeah, we're going to set up this layer, and then we're going to have another layer just like it that is going to be set up directly above it. And that's pretty much the entire farm. It's not super difficult to set this farm up. Now, we're going to need to place down some slabs here. And this is going to prevent mobs from spawning, but a very particular type of mob. Normal mobs are going to have a fine time with these slabs. But spiders, however, they're not going to like this. And we want to prevent spiders from spawning as they tend to clog up our drain. It sounds very weird, but they do. They will seriously clog this thing up, and it'll run less efficiently, and we won't get the mobs dropping down as fast as we really want them to. So this right here is the second layer done. Basically, you need to make sure that you pillar up from the layer that we just finished. You need to be 1, 2, 3, and then start building the rest of your platforms off. That's really it. I mean, honestly, that's the rest of it. Make sure all of your trapdoors are open at this point. I do still have to go down here into the next layer and remove all the torches. But other than that, I mean, this farm is pretty much ready to go. All I got to do is cap it off. Now, the best thing to use for the roof is slabs, because you do not want the chance of anything being able to spawn up here. So we need to convert all of the rest of our cobblestone into slabs, and then we're just going to slab it up. You can use wood. You can use, honestly, whatever you want. I'm going to go ahead and use cobblestone because that's just what everything else is that matches this. Yeah, now we have a giant floating box in the sky. What is this thing gonna do, you ask? Well, we're gonna find out here soon. Now, before I finish the rest of this up, I want to go ahead and make sure I finish the bottom. Now, oddly enough, this little section here lines up perfectly, so that way we can just head straight down and we don't have to worry about water spewing out everywhere. Now, this section right here, this is where things need to sort of change. This needs to be a slab. So we can use a cobblestone slab. We can use a stone brick slab. I'm probably going to go with a stone brick slab just because I think it'll look a little bit better if we do that. And I'll place that directly underneath here. Perfect. Of course, you can use whatever block you want, so long as it's, I mean, I wouldn't really worry about blocks burning. That's not really going to be a problem, but you do want to be able to crouch down here to punch these things or use your sword or whatever you have. But we also need carpet on here. So I'm going to go all the way back down because it is kind of difficult. Once you get this farm started, it is kind of difficult to get that carpet placed. And the carpet's going to prevent the experience from dropping down into the hopper, because it will, and it will get caught there. So the carpet is a really nice way of getting that experience to come directly to you instead of it just sitting here. Now, when you're using this farm, be super careful. Creepers can still explode. If you manage to get yourself pushed all the way up in here, believe me, a creeper will explode and it will blow this up and you. And you will fall to your death, most likely. I know it sounds horrible, but that's what will happen. My recommendation is to not get very close at all. If you have a sword, you shouldn't even need to go underneath this slab. You can just rotate yourself around if you need to, And you'll be able to reach these things. It's not very complicated, and you shouldn't get yourself killed. It honestly should not lead to that. But I just wanted to mention that. So let's go get the carpet. That's not going to take too much, and then just finish capping this off, and we should be good. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that carpet placed in, just like this. And man, life is about to get so much easier as far as experience goes. I just need to cap this thing off, and I'm going to start with uncapping the bottom section and then come up to the top. And then I'm going to use this water ladder, I think, temporarily to just honestly come back down. It's really dangerous, but I mean, I might also leave this water ladder here. I don't know yet. All we got to do is just slab it, and then it's okay. Like, we just need to slab this, and then we don't have to really worry about much else. So, I don't know. I might leave it. I might tear it down, but it is going to be kind of dangerous to tear it down either way. I'm going to need to... I could just tear it down and collect the water and just fall with the water. That's probably going to be the best thing to do. Also, while you're down here removing the torches, be sure to make sure all of your trapdoors are disconnected or are folded down, because it will totally mess this farm up if they are not in the downward position. The mobs will just chill out there and they'll never move. So with all the torches gone on the bottom layer, I need to make my way back up to the top layer. And of course, I need to make sure that these blocks are removed down here, which should be easily done just like that. Fill everything back in, and then get to work on building our roof. And still, these trapdoors also need to be folded down right once we finish off. Now, I'm going to leave a little bit of a space here, so that way I know, hey, this is the way that I need to get out of this place. And I need to ride that water down. So the roof is intact. All we got to do is break these torches. And then honestly, our farm is just about ready. I don't think I've left anything out or forgot about anything. I don't think. Now it looks like light is coming in, but it's technically not. It's just a lighting glitch that you're seeing. Yeah, everything should be good. Make sure all the trapdoors. Oh, these trapdoors. I almost forgot. I almost left these trapdoors over here in the dark. But we should be good after this. There we go. Break the last couple. It is still dark in here. Get that going. Get up top. Okay. Now, breaking this. This is probably going to be a mess. Once we break this. I could just go ahead... I'm trying to think of a good way to do this. It's just there's not a good way. I mean, this is going to create a mess by doing this, but I would rather it being a mess than what I have to currently deal with. Let's just pick up the water and we'll make our way down. Oh, no, 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 no. How did mobs get down there? Excuse me? What? There are mobs down there. I thought I torched it. I didn't torch it. I did not torch it. Oh, I made a mistake. I made a huge mistake, and I have no good way of fixing it. I mean, I'm gonna put this back the way I had it. That's not really gonna make a lot of sense. I'm gonna pull the water. Okay, I need to think about this for a minute. This is going to be a very dangerous situation if I can't figure this out. Okay, I'm gonna place my cobblestone back the way I had this set up. Basically like this. Those mobs, like all it takes is a skeleton just to knock me off. And then we're done. All of this work for nothing. I'm hoping that a lot of the mobs are gone. Oh, I gotta wait for the water to completely finish down there. And then it should go back to normal. And then I can get another straight tunnel going. Oh, I didn't think about torching it down there. I should have done that. So the water's back in. I need to just slowly make my way down here. See what is currently down here. It looks like just a creeper and some zombies. Now, that is okay. So long as there's no skeletons. I'm not super horrified by all of these guys per se. I don't, however, have any good way to fight them off. There's also a zombie over there. This could be bad. I don't know if I can like go down low enough to hit them. And that guy's got a sword. I think I can get just the right height to hit them. Maybe knock them off. Maybe. Oh my. Yeah, go that way. Oh man. No, let me down. Let me down. Don't come down. They will despawn. I placed some torches, so hopefully they will despawn. That creeper is like hanging off the edge up there. My heart is going so fast right now. Whole stress. I need to eat. That was horrifying. So I'm making my way back up here. Hopefully I can get up here quick enough that I don't have to worry about anything spawning. I did manage to place a torch down closer to that area, but still stuff can still spawn. There's a zombie. Okay, so that's not horrible. That's something I can deal with. I do hear mobs, but it's not like... Okay, it's mobs in the spawner. Oh, good. Okay. Let's get this place. This is going to get pretty loud, by the way. So, yeah, I just need to get this torched up. I'm not super worried about them because they can't particularly see me. However, I still need to be super, super careful. And I think I'm going to build a fence around here just in case. But you can see the mobs are rolling in now. And we can kill them. And that equals experience and mob drops. So we just have to be very, very careful with the creepers. That's the big thing. Okay, so now that I'm a bit more calmed down, you can see that me being here, it's working fantastic. Like, and it's daytime. Like, there's nothing about it being night or day that really matters. The only thing that would make this nicer, like, is if we could be lower to the ground. Like, but we're at literally build height. Imagine this farm at a lower Y level. Like, this farm would be ridiculous. But this is a great early experience farm. You can see I'm able to gain a lot of experience and I'm able to gain a lot of materials fairly quickly from these mobs. But whew, that was stressful. That's a stressful build. I am so glad to have this done. I just need to get protection around here before I lose it. Oh man. So at the moment I am painstakingly adding a second layer, all while being incredibly scared. This not only helps reinforce the fact that in case it explodes and I do survive, that I don't fall through a hole. It also is going to provide us a place for water if we ever need to place water here for whatever reason, and also gives us another layer for decoration. Later on down the line, we have the ability to sort of just place things here. But as you can see by my experience bar, mobs are definitely coming in. So if you were worrying if this mob works, it does work in single player. So just keep that in mind. This is a single player thing. It can work in multiplayer if everyone on the server is roughly at this place, or I mean, I would just say that it probably doesn't work that well on multiplayer servers, because the more players that are nearby is going to have mobs spawning in caves and stuff. And the reason this works is because mobs are not spawning in the caves. They're spawning elsewhere. They're all spawning up here because of how high we are, because they can't spawn 128 blocks below us. So just keep that in mind, that that's how this mob farm works, how it functions, and why you probably won't see many of these on like servers. That's just not going to work when there's multiple people on. However, it will work if nobody is online. But then what's the point of a multiplayer server at that point? So guys, man, what a crazy thing to build. And man, I have built this thing in several worlds and several hardcore worlds. This is just a stepping stone in our world to get us where we need. Because later on, we will be able to have a mob spawner that is way quicker at getting experience. But we have to get to the end and fight the dragon and first of all, make it there. Then things are going to become a lot easier for us. Well, easier as in we'll have all the tools and we can just start building cool things. So anyways, let's head our way to the sponsor tree. So as always, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video by placing a sign on our sponsor tree, and that is going to go to Gabby Plays. Thank you so much for your patronage. If you guys are interested, by the way, in becoming a Patreon yourself, be sure to check out the description below. Description is where you're going to find all kinds of cool stuff. Don't forget, you can find the achievement list where I am trying to keep updated on what achievements we have currently completed, plus the current mobs and stuff that we have either bred or killed or what have you. I'm trying to keep an updated list of all that stuff down there. So be sure to check out the description because we're going to find all kinds of cool stuff. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up and also give this video a nice little subscribe click if you haven't already clicked that subscribe button. Guys, I hope to see you in the next episode where we're going to have a lot more fun and with a live stream. And you guys have a great day. And as always, thanks for watching.